Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to the Sound of Siblings podcast. I am one of your hosts, Imbali.
And I'm Mo.
And together we make the Sound of Siblings. Lol. Do you want to try to sing the jingle?
Sure.
Do you remember the lyrics?
I think so.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sound of siblings, sound of siblings. Road trip vibes and retro cheers. Monday mornings we're hitting your ears from concerts wild to TV screens. We're still the scoop on the hottest seas.
Chatting about the stars and the shows on the road.
With your hosts in Bali and Mo. Woo! Sound of siblings, sound of siblings. Okay, we still need to work on memorizing the jingle. You can obviously see that the setup is different. So we don't have the laptop as close as we usually do, but that's fine. The show is still going to go on. Mo, you're experiencing some pain, but outside of the pain, how has your week been?
The week has been okay. It's been quiet, pretty chill.
Yeah.
It's been all right.
Cool.
How's it been for you?
It's been good. It's been good. I've been having a good week. The super moon, full moon, blood moon really kickstarted my creativity. I also made a really, really huge decision. So, vele, September, yavula. September, just rigmarole.
Yeah.
But, no, it's been a good week, Sham. It's been a good week. Excited to see Ulele.
Oh, she coming
Today. I think she's coming today.
Okay.
Your color is so nice on your braces.
Not the purple.
Yeah, it's dope. It's literally like podcast color.
Fierce.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Actually.
Fantastic. So today's episode, we're not going to be playing a game, so we don't have game time, but we're going to call this section album review. We're going to start off the pod by reviewing a new album that dropped yesterday. It is a collabo album between umzuluPhaqa and Misfit. Mo and myself listened to it individually, and so we're just going to talk a little bit about it now. But before we jump onto it, it has 7 songs in total, and they say that the theme of the album, or at least some of the themes, throughout the album are ambition, victory, cultural depth, and then obviously like some traditional sounds as well. At least I heard some traditional sounding music as well. But I'm very, very curious because I already follow umzuluPhaqa. I've already seen the first song, which I think is would have been like a debut single or whatever, but the one that they were using to promo the album.
Yeah.
I've already seen it on TikTok. I already like it. I already know some of the lyrics as well.
Beach,
They're everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, they have different shots of where they're doing it. But yeah, by the beach is one of them. But what do you think?
I enjoyed their first song. I love their first song. Grammys, I think, or Grammy.
And the Grammy goes to...
No, that one
not
is amazing.
to you. It's fantastic.
No wonder they made it the intro.
Yeah. What do you think of the rest of them, though? Because there's 6 other songs.
And then there was the second song. I really love that one as well.
Okay.
And then there was the Mama song.
Okay.
I just don't know what it's called. But then there was that Mother song. Or I'm a woman, I was born into... I don't know, but it has Mama in it.
Yeah. It has Mama in it. So you like it. But what do you think of it generally? Because, I mean, we reviewed Usi Mamane, we reviewed Gigi Lamaine, and for both of them, they were kind of not in our category of music that we would play necessarily. You know, for me, I had said that I wouldn't have necessarily added their songs to a lot of my playlists. But what about this one?
This one, I even played it probably 3 more times.
Yeah.
So I've played it 3 times. This is a good one.
Yeah.
It's up there. It's gonna be my
good,
rotation
yeah?
for real. Yeah.
It's good.
And I can't wait for them to actually come out with even more music.
Exactly, and together, almost like they could make a duo, because umzuluPhaqa has been on many songs. I think she's been kind of in this industry for a few years now. So some of your favorite songs, she is the vocals in them. Some of the background vocals as well, she's in them. Misfit, this is the first time that I'm hearing of Misfit. Have you heard of Misfit before?
I've never heard of Misfit before.
Okay.
The only time I've heard of Misfit was when it was Jaden Smith's music group or whatever.
Oh, okay, I see. But yeah, no, Misfit, you're new to us, but I really like it. I love the way you... Is he rapping? Would we say?
Yeah, no, he's rapping.
He's rapping, yeah. I love the way you rap, my guy. Like imnandi, like yashelela, like and into ziyazwakala, like what you guys are talking
Yes.
about, yazwakala, you know, like even what you were talking about with Grammy, is about, you know, and the Grammy goes to literally just saying that we are the best. The Grammy is going to go to us. It's not going to you. Like, I really enjoy that claiming that is also not pretentious. That's not like, you know, because I've got the, you know, the girls and the drinks and the whatever, like, and this lavish lifestyle, then this thing is mine. Like, no, y'all are saying that shit is yours because babe, like, you know, even your enemies were looking at you. I really like that song.
How did you feel about the song where he speaks about girls wanting guys with money, but they don't have money of their own?
I mean, I think that's a topic that is alive and booming in general. I think that there is obviously some truth to that because some women do want men for their money. That's the value that they see in men. Some men want women for their beauty, some men want women for their bodies, you know. So if your thing is about money or your thing is about appearance, I feel like, you know, I didn't feel slighted by it because it wasn't a new thing that he was talking about. But hey, what is a man's value if it's not money?
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. But no, great album.
Amazing.
I think they had they did a little listening party thing in Derbs a couple of weeks ago. I think the one in Joburg is this weekend. If it's not this weekend, then it was sometime during this week. But I, you know, definitely would have loved to go. But I have my own little agenda for wanting to meet umzuluPhaqa because me and you, sizodibana, my girl, sizodibana. But no, you guys did phenomenal. Like Mo said, can't wait till you come out with more. And I'm definitely adding about 3-4 tracks from your album onto my liked playlist, as in when I go into it, I'm going to be hearing your songs periodically. So congratulations.
They killed it. Are they signed under any label or did they release it independently?
I think they released it independently. I think. I don't quite, I haven't heard, seen, noted, because umzuluPhaqa is very, like she does a lot of content and stuff like that as well. I've never heard her speak about a label or anything like that. But they come from Derbs. I think for me, they have this kind of like indie artist aesthetic.
They do.
As well, right? Yeah. Almost this like breaking boundaries aesthetic. And I guess I'm just wondering, like, if they were with the label, I think those are some of the things that a label might compromise, you know,
in order
from
to
them.
Get the clicks.
Exactly. Is their aesthetic. Like, they might make them want to do different types of music. But no.
They're also from what, KZN?
Yeah, they're from Derbs, or is it Derbs or KZN? One of the two.
KZN or Durban, they're rocking the music industry.
No, they're rocking it. No, they're rocking it. No, you guys are doing really good. You guys are doing really good. Congrats. All right. So we'll move into the next section. I have like 2 hot takes that we'll do at the end of the episode, and then one update about something that we kind of spoke about at the tail end of last episode. So I'll let Mo intro the section, and then we'll get started in that.
All right, so now we're popping into the section where we have a discussion. This is where someone brings in a topic to discuss with the other. It can be about anything, really, you know. So this week, I don't know, have you heard anything about the shooting that happened in Utah?
Yes.
In America.
Of that guy that was pro-guns, pro-Second Amendment, pro-genocide, don't tell me anything because whatever it is, I don't care.
Yeah, so obviously we'll get into some of the things that he was advocating for and saying.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it was still a human being, right?
Yeah.
And he had opinions, different, like very extreme opinions as well. How do you feel? Is it justified for him to get shot?
So the situation about people who say that Uguti, oh, this was a person, you know, there is also a human life. So were all the people that he was advocating and speaking up against, you know. So he was promoting what's happening in Gaza. You know, he said Guti and he doesn't care.
Yeah.
And if it was up to him, he would just keep it going anyway. Even all of the mass shootings that were happening, he said, hey, That's on you.
100%.
Shooting is a shooting. And so it's so very ironic is maybe a word that I will use, that he actually died by someone
shooting him. It's
right?
crazy.
But also we must remember, Oguti, yes, you can have your opinion, yes, you can have a freedom of speech, but when you hold that weight of influence and you're talking in front of a whole bunch of people, and you're not just saying your opinion here in South Africa, where we don't really have that much of an issue with gun crime or gun violence, and you're saying, you know what, gun violence, whatever. No, you're talking in America, where even weeks before that, there was a mass shooting. Just recently, there was a mass shooting that happened in America, school shooting even, that happened in America. So you're talking in a place where there is already that volatility with this thing. And he was, pro, I don't really care who dies.
100%.
And guess what happened?
He
That
died.
gunman didn't really care if he died. And a lot of people that at least I've seen very partially don't really care that
People
he died.
don't care. People will put some of the tweets on here. People don't really care at all. But he was not caught, but he was out there online saying things like, if he was to get into a plane and find that it was a black person flying the plane, he would ask if that person is really qualified, and should he step out, but if it was a white person, he wouldn't ask at all.
So he's racist.
He's racist.
He's sexist. He's bigoted. He's a fascist.
And he said people that are victims of rape, especially kids, should, so he made an example with his own child. He said, if my child was raped at a young age, underage, he would force her to keep the baby. So
Fascism.
he was pro-life, but now he's dead. So
exact same thing with when they basically kept that woman. I forgot what state that she was in, but she basically died, the woman. But they kept her on life support to be an incubator for the fetus,
100%.
for what they called a baby at that point in time, going against her own wishes, the wishes of her husband, and even the wishes of the family. So again, like a fascist regime, we're seeing these people that have these fascist belief systems, and then and things that they're spewing, and the influence that they're orchestrating on purpose. That's my thing. It's just like when Queen Elizabeth died. I'm not happy for that hoe. I'm sorry, I'm not sad for that hoe. I'm jubilating because for her one death, millions, billions of people have not only died, but have also suffered under subjugation, oppression, poverty, all these kinds of things, right? So I think the weight of your legacy, right, the weight of what you are doing also influences how we feel about you when you're gone.
Yeah.
If you're doing shitty shit, we don't want you. Some people are not happy that Mugabe passed away.
he was also saying that empathy is not a real thing.
Exactly. So what are you guys asking us in the comments for when you say this is somebody who died? Empathy is not a real thing. So what you're asking us to do, he didn't even believe in.
Not at all.
He didn't even think that it was there. Even your own tears of your supporters, your own, I feel sad. He doesn't believe in it. If he was here, he would tell you that you're wasting your time.
We didn't get, and but yeah, so he was shot from about they measure in yards, so like 200 yards, so like 2 football fields.
Okay, damn, sniper.
That's why people think it might be a well-trained or an army veteran.
Okay.
Or an army individual.
Is he white, black, racialized?
He's white.
Okay.
He's white.
The white people, no, that 0.00097% of those white people that are really taking one for the team, y'all are taking one for the team. taking one for your team, and taking one from your team for the team, because what the hell is that?
Yeah.
No, we're glad it's a white guy.
But
then again, all of the school shootings are white boys, are white men. So
funny enough, on the day of his murder or assassination, I don't know what we call it.
I don't know what we call it. On the day when we were all free and happy. Sorry.
So there was an ongoing shooting happening a few hours just before.
Can you imagine?
He's shooting. So that's America right now.
And what was he standing there saying
that,
as well?
Gun violence is not, they don't have a gun control problem.
Exactly.
And that gun violence is because of mental health.
So can we not open a case? Don't open a case for the shooter. Don't glorify the shooter. Just let the shooter get on with his life. Let the shooter get on with his life and move on.
People are saying we need one more. from the shooter. So they're letting the shooter know, like, does he take international trips? Like, where do they
All these
cash
people in
up
South
him?
Africa,
All across the
all
world.
across the world, people are
People are talking about one more though. You know, people are talking about impress us now.
not
You've got our attention. Impress us
impress
now.
us, and absolutely impress us. He must go do, face reconstruction surgery, all this stuff,
But
so that
they've
he
got
can
him
keep
on the
moving around.
CCTV, moving around people's neighborhoods. You know, the doorbell cameras.
Yeah.
He's cooked.
So, but this is also the other thing, right? The other thing, right, is the rise of surveillance, and I think we obviously think, oh, I'm just gonna put this home CCTV, whatever, for my house to protect myself, to catch the people that are stealing my parcels. But then also, as we've seen in the UK and other parts of the world, those systems can actually be tapped into. That footage can also be used and galvanized. So when you are signing or agreeing to these terms and conditions, that might be one of the things that you're agreeing to, is that whatever is taken in by your CCTV is held in a larger database at a larger data center somewhere
100%,
else.
yeah.
And that is actually, because they don't ever get rid of our data. So don't be thinking, we're just going to, facial verification, we're just going to hold your identification face just for like 2 minutes, and then they're never going to let that shit go. So, I mean, it's tough, because then somebody like that, who in this case, I guess we're thinking of him as a hero, having taken one for the team,
Shout out, though.
right? Now he's being picked up by your home camera, home
your
bell.
Thing is snitching. Hey,
So like we're snitching on each other as well. Which is, I guess, a caveat to these kinds of surveillance-y things. It's like, you're not just taking care of you and your personal whatevers. It also does affect the larger community as well. And I think this is also going to come into something that I'm going to do in the hot take section at the end. It's just about surveillance and how to make sure that when you are going into these public places, that you're also taking care of yourself to not be surveilled necessarily, right?
Yeah. So, Charlie Kirk, right?
Yeah.
And then, but my other question was, seeing what's happening throughout the world in terms of governments failing, like France, other countries rioting and burning their parliamentary buildings.
Yeah.
And going into these politicians'
houses, burning,
looting,
breaking.
Just complete and absolute mayhem. Do you think South Africa itself is also getting towards a boiling point, or we're not just there yet?
We've been to a boiling point. We've been at a boiling point.
Or we don't express our frustrations like that?
No, we do, and we've been at a boiling point. I don't think there's.
But our boiling point is looking very different from everyone else. Do you think there's a reason for that? Because everyone else is like, that's it, we're burning everything down, or they will feel us now, and we're
then I guess because we're in South Africa, we also then, after the looting, after the protests, after the whatever, we also then are privy to the rhetoric that is also said about South Africans then by the government, by the news, by the media and all that stuff, calling us thugs, calling us this, and then they kind of pull out those old, like, uneducated people are just ruining, you guys don't know how to, and even with each other, we try to police each other's reaction and expression of that anger. And I think that we're playing a lot of respectability politics, and maybe we play as South Africans into more of those respectability politics in terms of these situations than other places. But also, somebody had mentioned about hope, right? And we were talking about something similar with the influences, with the Alabuga situation, is that South Africans, with the fall of apartheid and then that rhetoric and like the new regime or whatever, what was really given to us as our token is hope.
Yes.
Right? A hope for the future. So whatever little semblance, you see when Cupcake waves, some people think that's hope because he's smiling and he's looking in your direction. So some people are taking any little morsel of small intentioned action to mean something is going to change. And I think that does pacify us a lot. So maybe we are not as angry, And also maybe we have maybe we've had so many different boiling points that some places are having an eruption of a boiling point, but we've been here before.
100%.
We've been here before. I think every other year we're at a boiling point, one would say.
But I hear that the youth is then coming out on the 24th of September.
I was going to talk about that.
We're in the streets, but okay, we'll get to that.
No, we can talk about it now. That's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, so the 24th of September is probably going to be like our second youth day, hopefully in the future. But
without the shooting.
Yeah, I mean,
without the shooting.
Hey, you never know. You never really know.
Hold the phone.
You never really know, because those kids went out not thinking that they would be shot dead, and they were.
That's fair. But I don't think. Do you think they'd be audacious enough to do that?
100%. But the thing is that maybe they might not use lethal bullets, but there's rubber bullets, right? So I think there might still be what's that thing called? A defense.
Okay.
Right? From whatever is happening, also depending on how it happens, right? How large it is, where it is, which province it's in as well, because I think there's also that kind of scale of how different provinces are ranked in terms of, who is worth the protest, who is worth the movement. A protest and a looting is fine if it happens in Cape Town because it's the Western Cape, it's sexy, it's nice, it's whatever, right? But it's not necessarily the same if it happens in Soweto, in Gauteng. Maybe if it happens in Limpopo, it's also not the same, right? So and then they're called amaragamuffins, and people that are thugs, that is about thuggery.
What is a ragamuffin?
A ragamuffin is what they call somebody who is a menace, is a troublemaker, essentially. A ragamuffin.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have the etymology of the things.
Muffin?
But
the hell, ragamuffin.
But I think I'm hopeful for the youth, because I'm no longer at youth status, which is also going to be my question for the people who are outside of the youth category. In terms of how in South Africa we say youth, I think youth ends at 30, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it not like 35, 34 maybe?
Is it 35, 34?
I'd say.
Well, you'd say, but I'm saying, what is it legally? What is it constitutionally? Like, who is a youth? Anyway, if you are outside of the youth group in terms of the legal standing or the constitutional idea of what is a youth, are you gonna go to the protest? Like,
in support.
Yes, in support of, in protection of, understanding also, maybe you might be a little bit more knowledgeable, given maybe you were what do they call them?
Fees must fall.
Yeah. Maybe you're already doing Fees Must Fall, all these kinds of other protests and movements. Like, are you also going to be there? Yes, we understand this is a youth movement and a youth initiative, but we want to also show the youth ukuthi sizobe sikhona as well. But it's happening on the 24th of September. I'm not quite sure about the times as of yet.
I don't think they've released that.
I think there's meeting points for two places, Pretoria and Cape Town. You're both meeting at the Union Building. I'm not quite sure what that means for people in Joburg. Like, are people in Joburg then supposed to trek all the way to Cape Town to go start it at the Union Buildings? Is there going to be some kind of a merging? Are we going to start from a different location?
Do our own thing. Maybe we might go to the Constitutional Hill.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
then where's
I can't
the meeting
imagine
point?
us having to also now
go to Pretoria. Yeah, but where's the meeting point then for us here in Joburg?
Everyone hasn't discussed it just yet. It's only been Pretoria and
Cape Town that have really discussed and said, okay, well, keep an eye out for that. On that note, somebody had made a video. Ooh, did I save it? I think I might have saved it. So I'll try and put it in here in some regard, or put their name or something. But they were just saying tips for the protest, right? When you're going to protest, here are some tips that you can look out for. I'm not going to do the whole list that this person had shared. You can go and watch the video. But some of the tips was to wear black. I know it's warm, but some of the tips was to wear black for anonymity. Make sure that you're hiding your tattoos. Maybe even make sure that you're hiding your piercings. So anything that would make you overly identifiable, make sure that you're hiding or covering that. If it's your hair, for example, if you have locks, but your locks are like, I don't know, blue, and there's not a lot of people with blue locks, cover the locks for that day, They were saying also bring a water bottle, not only for hydration, but also to fight pepper spray, because water does wash the pepper spray away. So make sure that you have that, because you can't really go around carrying milk now, can you? It's a bit weird.
Hey, I might.
And also in this weather?
I might,
Really?
I
You might
might.
just put a little milk in there.
Yeah, because I like standing in the front. I want to
Okay.
be with the people in the front.
Oh my gosh, are you gonna go and record it for us? No, I'm kidding.
No way.
Then it says if you're gonna bring your phone, make sure that you disable your location on your phone because they can use that to track you. Make sure also that if you're not going to be taking your phone with you to write down important numbers, so it might be emergency numbers for your people, if you have a lawyer, those types of things, make sure you write those numbers on a place where they can't rub off. Guys, also don't use permanent marker, please. We still ink can cause skin conditions, so have some discernment as well. And then there was like a series of others. But can you think of any off the top of your head? What are some precautions that you're gonna take when you go to the march?
I guess for me mostly it would just be watch like cramped spaces. Like if I'm marching in a cramped space, rather be a little bit patient.
Okay.
Because people do die in stampedes and we don't want any of that. Especially if there's gonna be running away or running towards.
Yeah.
Don't loot. Can we not get there and start looting? Because that's not what we're here for. And those shops, if we do loot them, they employ people based on the stuff you guys take. And we're fighting here for more jobs. And looting would just defeat the purpose.
Fair.
Right?
Okay.
So don't loot. That's another precaution that I also have to take myself. Because man kalile, and I'm
Again.
no, not the TV thing. I like, come on. You know
No,
what I'm
but
saying?
honestly, can we not loot? Like, if we are going to be destroying places, walk to the person who's actually the problem's house and do the looting there. I think there's certain institutions maybe that can be kind of
hid.
focused
Yeah.
on.
Well, not hid. Hey, we're not promoting any
That's
of
why I
this.
said that can be focused on. Just be ambiguous. Allegedly. Any other precautions you're going to take? Are you going to go alone? You're going to go with someone?
I'm gonna definitely go with friends.
Yeah, I would definitely say don't go alone to the protest. If you are going to go alone, like when you get there, make a friend. Like find a buddy, ask somebody like, hey, I came new one, can I join you guys just for that safety and protection?
Yeah, and maybe try not to be inebriated throughout the whole thing. Let's just focus on the mission at hand. And hopefully get our voices heard, that's the one thing.
Yeah. I'm going to be very curious to hear, obviously. I think in a lot of these movements, as we've seen, is the pattern of, protests, movements, and uprisings and stuff like that. Usually there's some kind of like a mandate, some kind of like requests or expectations. I'm very curious what those will be formalized into, because in order for your voices to be heard, you have to be saying something. So I'm just very curious what's going to be said, what's going to be requested. We know what the climate is in South Africa. We know there's joblessness as well. We know that there was this National Credit Act thing that was going to blacklist people with student loans. We know obviously our infrastructure is falling apart. We know cost of living is really expensive. I think general inflation only went up by like 28%, but our inflation went up by 50%. So like the inflation and cost of things went up by 50%. So there's a lot of things to be requesting and talking about. So yeah, just very curious what the youth will bring to the forefront. Also very curious to see who will be leading this in terms of political parties.
And I was about to ask that question. Is it led by a party or is this just the youth itself?
I'm not quite sure.
Because I always feel like these parties try to come in and hijack the whole movement.
Yeah, I mean, I think there'll definitely be political parties there. I can definitely see the EFF being there.
Obviously.
I can definitely see some members of the DA being there. I can maybe see the Youth League from the ANC being there as well.
Hopefully Action SA is there as well.
Yeah, maybe even, a sprinkling of COPE or whoever the other people that are left still are. I'm very curious who will be speaking, who will be there from the political parties, and like you said, whether it will become something that is co-opted or whether it will actually be like a properly respected and understood Yoguti, this is about youth first and other agendas can come secondary. As well. But no, Viva the Youth, Viva the Youth. I was there, Fees Must Fall events. Something that I was a part of. Mom and Dad didn't like that. I went with Basi. Mom and Dad were like, don't go, don't go. And then when they realized that we were just going to go, they were like, okay, be careful, all this kind of stuff as well. So I think even for parents out there, I know that sometimes, you do have that hesitation to let your kids go and be out there, but let your kids stand for something, like hopefully no harm comes and no deadly harm comes to the youth as they are out there. But if you're too nervous for your kid to go out and protest, maybe you can take that as an opportunity to go with them.
Along with them.
Yeah,
Yes.
to go along with them. Maybe you can sit in the car in the vicinity or something, but support as opposed to hold back. I think it's definitely something that parents, older siblings, whoever, should try and practice as well. Do you have anything else to say about that?
No.
I have one update. So the update, because I said at the end of last episode that we're going to look into this National Credit Act thing, which wanted to blacklist people who had student debt. It's actually, I think, the petition and as well just the overwhelming backlash and the overwhelming response to that, because it was just a proposal that they had done that has been withdrawn.
Oh, they were not saying Uguti, they putting forward a bill.
Well, no. Well, it's stages, right? So before you do anything, you propose it, then it has to go through all of the bodies, and then it gets agreed upon, and then it gets moved on to as a proper act. But that whole thing has been withdrawn. Congratulations. Guys, South Africans can actually do something, guys. Yeah, that is a win. And
1-0.
And if Utsiri was still alive, I'm sure she would have said a lot about this and a lot about what is going to be coming up on the 24th as well. Tsiri, really miss your perspective, and really miss your voice, man. Hopefully you're resting well. But yeah, it's been withdrawn as of yesterday, because yesterday was the 11th of September. So let's see, because also just because it's been withdrawn, it doesn't mean that the people who had the intention to do what they were going to do are not going to try again, right? So, but
in other ways.
Yeah. So hopefully this helps us to also understand our power, our strengths, and that actually our voices can be heard. So good. Okay. All right, so we're going to move to the last part of the pod here, and this is the hot take, also called upelepele because it's nice and spicy. We bring all the little spicy topics today. My spicy topic is people are going to feel attacked by my spicy topic. So the first part of my spicy topic is because the subject is alcohol and alcohol consumption as well. There's a second hot take, so wait for that last hot take that I'm gonna say, but let's talk about the first one. So obviously alcohol consumption in South Africa is high. I think we might not be the drinking capital of the world or of Africa, but we're definitely close. No, I think is it Kenya or something like that? There's other African countries that drink more than we do.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I think we're top 3.
Yes, 4. Yes. Top, that's what I'm saying. We're top, but I don't think we're the toppest. I don't think we're right at the top of that. No, but I will go and research and I'll put in the statistic in the list here. But alcohol consumption is, obviously all the way up. Ayabonga Cawe, I'm assuming that's how you say his name. Ayabonga Cawe, he is, I'm assuming, doing research on alcohol consumption and how that influences our culture, our society, and what it is that we actually do as people. But in this little small clip that I saw, he was talking about Professor Mangane, and what Professor Mangane was saying. He was saying, Uguti, the way that people look at alcohol. So there's 2 different ways. So white people or other people look at alcohol, they are buying it for aesthetic. So this looks nice, I want to have it, I want to buy it.
Okay.
Or they're using it for utility, like I'm going to drink this thing so I can get drunk, so I can feel good, so I can have a good time, right?
Okay.
In that way. But then he said, Guti, black people on the other hand seem to buy alcohol for a pathological compensatory complex.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Break it down. Pathological, water.
So pathological, which obviously has got to do with the mind, the pathology of something. Compensatory, when you're compensating for something that you don't have, and a complex. A complex is just something that you have. Like this is the
Is that what he's
crux of the
finding,
issue.
or he's just assuming right now?
No, this is what Professor Mangane said.
he's
So I'm
saying-
assuming Professor Mangane has done his research
Okay.
in this regard. So yeah, it's that we look at alcohol, we use alcohol as a pathological compensatory complex. And I think that there is some validity to this, right? Because what you and Tando told me, there are people out there who are renting bottles. So you go, you have your section, you buy your little 2 buckets, 3 buckets of your savannas, your whatevers that you're drinking, but then you will order, a Hennessy, a Jameson or whatever, and it's just going to sit on the table
You never
untouched.
get to it, yeah.
Right? Because it's that illusion, again, this pathological compensatory complex, that illusion of like, I have this. It's like a status thing. It's about, I want to pretend. This is a pretense. I'm compensating by putting this here because I want my steez to come up as well. So I think that there is definitely some validity. I have to do more research myself and maybe go read what Professor Mangane has written about this whole situation. But yeah, when I watched that video, I remembered what you guys are saying. Guti, abantu ba renta mabotlela. Guys, why ni renta mabotlela?
Hey, why's that the baddies? But hey, wait again.
Why ni renta? Because now, as I'm a baddies, we know what I'm rentiwe.
That's why you guys must open them. Because then now they have to pay. Now it's over.
But then now they have to pay. But then now they have to pay, and then now they also hit you. And now you're also in danger because it's not safe to just react. It's not safe to just put someone in a volatile situation. Or it's not safe to just, strike up a situation with someone because of the volatility of people in the society, in that place. So you're also thinking about safety, but also in general. We went to meet. There was this couple that was there sitting next to us. I guess they were on a date or whatever, They had their bucket, had, the other drinks that they're drinking. Then they had another brown bottle just sitting there.
And you could see they don't drink that thing.
Because even the bucket that it came in was a cute little gold bucket. It looked very staged.
And there was no mixes. It was just on its own in some ice in the corner of the table, looking even away from them.
It was so weird. It's so weird. I think that's a very weird thing to do. I've never seen personally people renting bottles, and I'm talking from my perspective living in Vancouver for a handful of years. I never saw that. Maybe I never saw that because I wasn't looking for it.
Probably.
But when I was in the sections, even when it was me and my girls in the section and we had our own table and stuff, we wouldn't buy a bottle just to look at it because also of how much that alcohol costs. So I'm not going to be splitting a very expensive table with you just to be giving them back the bottle? No.
But I think it was learned from overseas. All these things we have, the club culture here is really shaped by overseas influence and what we see in the clubs.
Okay.
100%, yeah.
Very interesting. Nina again because niyatlabisha niyagoa out.
Nina
Have you all rented? Wow, I got
Left
name
and
passes
right,
Sisontueni for a long time.
left and right,
Don't let Mo fool you. But
only time I sip is communion. Nakhona bashinki wine, so I'm not really about it without telling us. Bashinki wine, I'm not about it.
anytime you sip his communion is so blasphemous. It's nuts. For somebody that goes to church. But anyway, folks, and I think also this goes into that, alcohol is now the steez. Like now steez is based on the alcohol that you have there.
Do you think there was a
weird.
study done, but I think this was across the globe itself, that the youth, they're seeing like a really big decrease in the youth that consume alcohol, or the rate at which they consume alcohol from previous generations.
Okay.
Would you say in South Africa that is representative of what's happening in South Africa?
Not
or
what I've
this is
seen.
a whole different situation?
Not what I've seen. So that across the globe study, I need to go in and see who the actual people and participants were. Because I was telling you the other day that when people do research, they do research on particular groupings of people, but then they don't actually state that in their research findings. They don't say in this small quadrant of these 50
They just
people
say
that
globally.
exactly. They just make
We're
this like
noticing a trend.
huge overarching proclamation of what their findings are. I don't necessarily think that the youth are drinking less, at the very least not when I'm out and about as well.
Okay.
But also I don't, when I'm in like for example, I wasn't looking around thinking, yo, who's young, yo, who's older, yo, who's young. Like I don't, maybe I don't have a proper answer for that because I'm not looking and I'm not observing in terms of that. But what you can definitely see is that people that are my age mates, so I'm in my early 30s,
Guzzling it.
like till the early hours of the morning. Like the one time I was going to a funeral, Dad was going to drop me off at 7 a.m. We had to pass through Zone 5. Guys, people were still...
here by Extreme Lounge.
No, the other one, Lela, at the street, like I'm cool.
Yeah, Extreme Lounge.
Oh, is it called Extreme Lounge? Because it used to be called the Kamba.
Kamba, yeah, it's Extreme Lounge. It's packed in the
Bruv.
morning, there. It's happening there in the morning.
Bruv, there were about 3 different people on crutches that were there. There were about 3 different... And I'm not trying to be ableist or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like... 7 in the morning. This is so early in the morning. It was so full. There was a cop car there as well. So much traffic. Like I think the other thing for us in particular, I don't know about other places in the world because even in Vancouver, the club scene, the social scene is over there.
Okay.
You know, it's like, oh, you want to go to a party? You want to go to this thing?
You
Go downtown.
Sure.
Go over there. But Tina, it's here. Sekasi. Right
Main
here.
road,
Next
main
door.
road.
And for some people, this is their next door. This is their, back opposite. This is their right across the street from them. So this is Saturday night going into Sunday morning. No matter how much they might be paying me, I don't think I want to be disrupted almost every night of the week because they're definitely not paying me enough.
Hey.
They're definitely not paying me enough.
But I'm pretty sure they can put together like a petition or something. That is wrong what's happening there.
That's wrong. It's way
really
too
wrong
much.
what's happening there.
And I think, that's also part and parcel of this influence. And what I was saying about how it influences the culture is that do those people feel like they can petition, given that it is such a huge establishment now and it's been there for so long?
Surely they can, but they did it in Sochi. If they complain, not even for long enough, if they complain that one day enough, the whole thing gets disbanded.
No, that was true. So Trila, man, where our parents used to go, but that was parents, aunties, uncle. That was your place.
Why do
Sorry.
parents have a spot also?
Because they also want to have a good time.
No.
Why can't they have a spot?
No.
It's not every parent that has a backyard. We are
volunteer, join some. No, Goed, blind.
Guys, ne?
Drinking after.
Even if Mo and I don't do this
45
podcast for the
is a
next
no-no.
40 years, even if we only do the podcast when he is in his older person thing, I will be the people that are documenting his life to come back
Drinking
and ask
after
you,
45 is crazy.
Thai.
It's insane.
Wow.
Matter
well,
of fact, it's irresponsible.
a lot of people are insane then, and a lot of people are irresponsible
Because
because
that's when
a lot
you
of
need
people
your
are
health
drinking.
at its highest.
You need your health at its highest when you're young as well.
Nah, that liver's still going. Don't worry about that.
Okay, anyway, because Mo is doing Gen Z things, let's move from here. But yeah, so what do you folks think about alcohol consumption in South Africa? Do you consume a lot of alcohol? What is your relationship with alcohol as well? I know for myself that I know that I have a tumultuous relationship with alcohol. I'm just going to be very honest. And if I'm not checking myself, if I'm not regulating and figuring out like, no, you've gone too far, I should just be doing 2 drinks or whatever the case is, I can get myself into some pretty sticky situations. I have gotten myself previously into situations where I literally wake up the next morning and I'm like,
What happened?
damn, I'm alive.
Oh, wow.
Because I literally blacked out. And I
Okay.
blacked out in a place where I should not have blacked out. you know. So I've had to personally rehabilitate my own relationship with alcohol consumption. Coming back to South Africa, being around the family, being around some members of the family, that shit is hard because
It
those
is
people
difficult. I see
drink.
it. Yeah.
Those people drink. So yeah, it's important to also figure out your own personal relationship with alcohol in the same way that you should figure out your own personal relationship with God, your own personal relationship with food, your own personal relationship with the gym, your own personal relationship with whatever it is that you think is should be, you know, orchestrated by a larger body, or you're just following somebody's lead. No.
Yeah, but I think there's larger problems with it. Like it's actually integrated itself into the culture of South African practices. Like in terms of if when umsebenzi, which is like a gathering to be thankful, or itiye to give thanks or whatever. Kumele kube nesikhiya sebathroom ibhave gcwala utshwala. Like it's that is out of hand.
It is definitely
That is
out of hand. And I
Ukuthi-
think, Uguti, it's absolutely exacerbated the elements of our traditions that we used to do. Like having libations for, you know, abapansi or ubong and stuff like that. That is not what we're talking about in terms of like excessive use
No.
of alcohol. And I think that because that was already there, and also because of what was happening when alcohol in this way first arrived in South Africa, these types of distilled alcohols and all this kind of stuff,
tents.
the wine, you know, and the wine fields and all that kind of stuff, and people being paid with alcohol as well, but also the advertisements of alcohol, you know. Alcohol is nice after a long day, you know, pretty in pink. Oh my God, what's that thing that people drink? Istropez. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's so fashionable to be drinking and stuff like that, because I think sometimes we only focus on heavy excessive consumption, you know, umuntu owayo estradeni who can't walk straight, but we're not thinking about that, you know, rich person that's drinking themselves into a stupor in their house.
Yeah, because they also having the exact same problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's general. That's why I'm saying yes, there is the societal situation, but even within the societal situation, you have to figure out what it is that you're going to do for yourself, for your benefit, for your health as well, and making sure that you can streamline yourself, because this shit is generational. You know, this shit is definitely generational. And yes, Kawata, some of our families fight only because they drink. Without Utwala, there wouldn't be that many
fights. They only come
fights.
together because there's alcohol.
Exactly, which is also a
Which
problem.
is a big problem.
So then, you know, why is alcohol the glue? Why can there not be any other glue as well? You know, to the situation. If ngiza HRT nguwe, you have to take 6. For ini.
Which is actually like it stuns me. You'd find it crazy for someone to sit down with a 6-pack of Cokes and run through them in one sitting. But when it comes to a 6-pack of anything with percentage, it's like one. It amounts to one drink.
But this was
Do you
also
understand? Like one purchase, rather. You know?
Yeah. But this is also the thing that I was talking about in the other episode. I forgot what it is that you were saying, but it's like propaganda, right? Is that people think, oh, Coke, sugar, bad for you. Oh my God, we're doing even sugar-free cool drink. I mean, you know, but it's like, no,
right.
that thing is bad for you anyway, right? But it has such good publicity. Alcohol has such good publicity, you know, that people are even opening their own gin brands, their own, you know, ciders, their own this thing. Oh, to own a winery is something that, you know, you aspire to. And I'm not saying that that's wrong entirely, but I'm just saying investigate where your desire comes from. Because if we're going to investigate on the basis of what your preference is for who you mac, who you're in a relationship with, we can't just leave the investigation and the self-awareness and the work there.
Yeah.
We have to do the work everywhere, you know, even with this account of the protest, you know, and the looting, you know. Why is it that you want to loot the store, but you don't actually go and bang down that proper institution that should be focused on? You know, I think our focus sometimes is so
swings,
segmented because, again, of that influence, but we're not taking a time to calculate where should we be directing our anger? Because at that point, we're so angry that we're just
anything will do.
erupting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, we mustn't forget that even in these protests and in these movements, that there are people who are planted in there to strike that. There are people who are planted in there to do the first smashing of a window.
Oh, so everyone can be distracted by
that
that.
No, but they incite it.
Yeah, like as in after they smashed through the window, we're all thinking, I might as well get something.
Exactly,
for this
because
trip.
somebody started, but it actually wasn't the people who. It's not like the youth who are there for the youth things. It's actually omunyu who they paid. It might also be. I'm not saying allegedly. Maybe I should say allegedly, but it might also be somebody like an undercover cop. A cop in plain clothes as
Allegedly.
well. Alleged. No, but this also happens. So like, it's important to just not go with the spark and say, oh, lo muntu sekagijima lena nami ngiyagijima le. This is happening. Be critical also in that place. And sometimes we might think of this as policing, how people react, what people do, but I think all of us do need a little bit of that police in us to say, whoa, think, act.
Yeah.
Wait, think, act as well. But overall, good luck to the people. 824.
Are you not joining? Will you be joining me?
I don't know if I'm available that day. I have to check my calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think Seba is having some stuff with the kids and I'm her nanny, apparently. So I'm always invited to come and nanny stuff for the kids. So I'll tell you if I'm available. If I am, I'll definitely come. But yeah, we have been your hosts, Lembali, Omuhle, Uyabonagala, Uyashabalala. Akashabalala, yaqhubezela.
And I've just been mowed. You know what I mean?
Zwap. See you folks on the next episode. Bye.
Oh, no, not after we've spoken about gun control. Cheers.